Morning everyone. Mo lava si ringa le tua wa tatu whatasi le nei tai au. Malo lava soi folo le malangi ma. Yeah, morning everyone. So I'm Lionel, that's me. That's me. So a little bit, I'll start off with basically who am I? I'm just a random dude from the back really. But a little bit about myself, I'm 24. From Wellington, New Zealand born Samoan. Suckers! So yeah, from Wellington, recent master's graduate from Victoria University. Shout out to Vic. Hey! So recent master's graduate, hard out into my footy, hard out into my rugby league. And I'm also a father of a beautiful 16-month-old daughter. So it's pretty hard being away from her, but it's awesome being here with you guys this weekend. A little bit more about myself. I started up a little quick business that while I was studying called Malanga Designs New Zealand, incorporating Pacific and modern tech. And I'll talk about creative pathways as well later on. So I was asked to talk to you guys about the environment. It's something special to me because that's where I based my research and a lot of my work on. For me, one of the biggest things that we tend to forget is our relationship with the land, our relationship with the whenua. Because right now, that 1.5, are these on auto change? That 1.5 right now means quite a bit because right now we're using 50% more resources than the earth can actually regenerate. So let's think about that. I mentioned I was Samoan, and being a Pacific Islander, our relationship with the land is really important. We live off the land, we eat off the land, we cook our food in the land, but our relationship goes pretty deep in terms of adorning ourselves with natural materials. And to push the whole idea of how that sort of relationship goes is the legends that we tell. The legend of Zealand Innovators, the first coconut tree to come up in Samoa. That just stresses how much of an importance the environment is to our Pacific people. And right now, our Pacific lands are under threat in terms of climate change. So, which moves me on to sort of the stuff that I got up to. So I mentioned I was a designer, and this is an image that the tourism industry like to showcase the Pacific. Typically comes around with paradise, pristine, white sand beaches, clear waters. But in reality, this is what our locals in the Pacific are dealing with. Plastic, massive amounts of plastic. One, there's no recycling in Samoa. A lot of plastic ends up either getting burnt, ending up underground, oceans, rivers and lakes, or ending up here, tawhangata landfill. No separation of materials, everything's just mixed together. So how could I use my design skills and incorporate that with an issue of plastic waste to create sort of a working sort of business? It took me into looking into the Pacific, looking into my culture, and using my relationship with the land. The coconut tree, the tree of life. Our Pacific people rely heavily on the coconut tree, not only for food, nutrition, but also that life cycle of the coconut tree. The nut ferments, and out comes a new tree, and the life cycle keeps going. How could I turn that, or take that idea and put that into plastic? So this, I don't know if you guys can see that, but this is a process that already exists, but it's something that I wanted to push or bring into the work that I'm doing, where you take waste material or take plastics, shred it up, turn it into, put it into an extruder and make 3D printable material. So I'm into the whole 3D printing stuff, and this is sort of the process of turning milk bottles into 3D printable material. But being the crazy dude I am, I didn't want to just stay on just having materials. Let's push that further. Let's take it somewhere where no other person has taken it before, and enabling our communities in the Pacific to use that material, use 3D printing. See, now this is just killing my surprises, man. Taking that whole notion of recycling, pushing it to a new boundaries, and enabling our communities in the Pacific. And the tourism industry is somewhere where I reckon it could help a bit. in terms of our tourists coming to Samoa, visit. You guys all come to Samoa, I'll shout you guys a feed at Macca's. And then go through the whole process of recycling, having that filament roll. And now we're creating jobs in the Pacific. We need waste pickers. We need people to pick up or recycled stuff. Those reels of filament can be exports to the country now. But let's push it further. Let's enable our communities to make things that could create new businesses, enabling them, creating opportunities. And this is some of the stuff that I came up with. So this is a turtle skull in a shell that's 3D printed. But imagine getting this piece made out of recycled material with the message that that material that it's made of could have ended up in the oceans, harming our natural wildlife. These images, this one and the next one, are all about giving the opportunities to the communities to make things for themselves. Customization, incorporating traditional craft like lashing, traditional materials like wood, fibers, with modern tech, which is 3D printing and CAD software. Can anyone guess what this is going to be? Real quick before the slides change. 3, 2, 1. A chair. It's like that's all. That's it. Enabling our communities to make things that they're going to use and use for themselves. So a tire peeler or tire scraper. I'm a tire head. I eat heaps of tires, natural steroid. So yeah, that's what I came up with. But to push the idea of recycling, I took a computer keyboard, put it through a coffee grinder, turned it into a powder, did the whole process again, and then this image proves that it can be done. This is a dude from Lower Hutt, grew up in the back streets of Lower Hutt, went to a Desol free school. Won't mention it because it'll be pretty embarrassing. But yeah, this is the stuff that I got up to. So real quick, before I get dragged off the stage, I started up an outreach program called Creative Pathways, where we take 3D printers out to schools, encouraging more Pacific Māori to look into STEM, and also encourage more females to think about the industry. And to finish off, this is something I want to leave you guys with. You don't need to be a hero to make a difference. I'm no hero. I'm just a dude who's got a daughter who's got to provide for her, okay? Easy things to do is consider that water bottle you're going to buy. Are you paying $3.50 for the water that's free here in New Zealand? Or are you paying $3.50 for a plastic bottle? Think about the next plastic bag you're going to grab, and think about how you're going to dispose of your rubbish. Think about that relationship between you and the land. And I challenge you guys to next month, next October, it's like next year, October, a plastic-free October. I'll challenge you guys to that. Okay, so hashtags on the top if you can see it. Other than that, that's me, let's go.